Cloud can now control your Mac, open apps, or navigate your browser, fill spreadsheets, move files around. They just released this. Put Cloud to work on your computer. Remote computer use with the help of Dispatch, of course. Dispatch was released last week by Anthropic, which is basically controlling your Cloud Code sessions or Cloud Cowork sessions from your phone. Anything you would like to do sitting at your desk, Cloud can do for you now. That is essentially what computer use is. Before they have had played around with computer use, but I think this is a bit more interesting, a bit more stable, I think. That thing was actually released to actually control your own computer. The computer used before was about a year ago was using its own virtual machine, not actually your computer. This feature is only available on Mac for the moment. This was released just about 10 hours ago, and it's not just when you combine it with dispatch and schedule tasks, it becomes more of an autonomous assistant. Claude goes from a tool you talk to into something that actually works alongside you. I do have my own setup here, as you can see here. This is my setup here. I have Telegram here. Anthropic did release agent teams for Cloud Code before, and that's this setup here. This is a lead agent, and it spawns teammates, and I have my Telegram here. And I have a script that runs this TMUX session for Cloud Code inside that, which retrieves messages from Telegram, transcribes it. Even if I were to send some voice notes, it transcribes it and injects into the Cloud Code session using the script. It is worth considering this remote computer use option and this setup using dispatch, because this can replace my current setup actually. So I did play around with it. It has potential, but I think computer use still is, in my case, in my setup, it does Apple script to automate tasks, whereas Anthropic setup is more real time. This is their official blog here. So this is my current setup. It does all my company operations. For example, here you can see that it is giving me updates, and this is my live system here. For this video itself, it was actually creating all the thumbnails and stuff like that. I just have to talk to it from Telegram. Like, I have installed Telegram on my phone as well. Gets passed on to this terminal. But maybe now it's time to replace this with dispatch and remote computer use. So what exactly is computer use? In simple terms, Cloud can now see your screen and interact with it. It can move your mouse, click buttons, open applications, navigate websites, fill out forms. If you can do it sitting at your computer, Cloud can now do it for you. How does it work? So Cloud also has connectors. You can also connect using connectors with your Cloud desktop app. You simply have to go to connectors in your settings, and I have Gmail, Slack, and GitHub connected. And I do also have Claude in Chrome, which is a browser use version. It can only control the browser. And also I have other file system based connectors, Contact 7, other MCP servers, and my iMessage is also integrated into this. So it's really looking towards becoming into a personal assistant that can run anything, very similar to OpenClaw. It doesn't by default start using screen. It first tries to see if there are any connectors for a given task that can be done using these connectors first. And if it doesn't exist, then it can actually, like a human, go operate your computer. Obviously, you have to enable it. The Cloud reaches for precise, reliable path first and uses screen control. And when there is no connector for the task, it uses screen control. That is a smart design because screen control is inherently slower than direct integration. I've been playing around with it, and it is extremely slow to get anything done meaningful. You can also chat with it by using regular chat here, which is what I tried first time. But if you want it more autonomous, you can see that I just tried to use it. I asked it to send a message on my Telegram. It opened my Telegram here, and did it send the messages twice. I did test with the second one. Well, I did test with dispatch. The first one was using the chat window here. Let's talk about permissions. Cloud asked before touching any new application. And I told it, can you open my Telegram and send me a message there to Megan board, that channel, to say hello. And then it asks me Telegram request permission, and I can either choose allow once or deny. And also, there is a limitation now. It only remembers this for this session. If you close your Claude desktop cowork, then it doesn't remember that. So you will have to again provide permissions. This works a bit different than from the other allow and deny list for Claude Code and Cowork. Computer use specifically has its own permission structures. For example, it has only read-only permissions for certain apps like terminal or the browser. Chrome and Arc, Safari, etc. are restricted to read-only access through computer use. So you can't quite control browser using computer use. And then you try to use the Claude in Chrome extension, which is not ideal. So how do you enable this? You just simply have to go to settings here, go to general here, and then you can enable disable computer use like that. And then you simply read that and turn it on. And it also specifically say that close anything sensitive because it can actually see your screen. Website and docs could contain malicious instructions and that misdirect Claude. They do let you know about the risk here as well. You can also read the safety tips from Claude. But basically, that's it. I have also added denied apps because I don't want to randomly go open keychain, my Max keychain, or my passwords app. So you can add all those deny list apps in the deny list here. And if I'm going to turn it on again, it lists all your apps that you have installed on your computer, and you can simply add them like that. It is added to your denied apps list. For it to be able to record screens, you need to add these permissions, accessibility, screen recording. This will open up Mac settings, and then you simply switch on the permissions for accessibility and screen recording. Then it will turn into granted here. That's pretty much it. Then you can use new task, issue your task here. Basically, that's pretty much it. Let me just quickly show you how it would work. Actually, I'm going to show you in Dispatch. So Dispatch is again another feature that they released last week or so. Another thing that you have to switch on is keep awake. So if you want to go outside and interact with your Cloud Core session on your computer, switch this on, keep awake, which means that your laptop won't go into sleep. And also switch this on, enable that on, allow all browser actions. Claude will take actions in Chrome without asking for your permission, including on websites that you haven't approved. Allow that. On the security side, Anthropic built in safeguards against prompt injection. This is where a website or document tries to trick Claude into doing something that you did not ask for. So, for example, it is reading a web page. If the user has hidden text or any sort of text on the web page that Claude reads, LLMs cannot make distinction between what is an instruction and what is data. If there is an instruction embedded in the data it reads, it will confuse. That is what prompt injection is. The system automatically scans for prompt injection activity during sessions. My honest take is they have released it in a research preview version, which means that they're just collecting data. They may come up with a better version for computer use very soon after they can make it better. Right now, it is not really usable computer use. You probably are better off with using browser use or Claude in Chrome for using browser based activities. Anthropic it's themselves says computer use is still early compared to Claude's ability to code or interact with text. It can make mistakes. It's very slow when I tried it out. And during research preview, they recommend not working with sensitive data. So if you are testing out computer use, make sure you have all the sensitive data or any windows that has sensitive data, any browser tabs, all of that is closed because it literally takes screenshot of your computer and then analyzes it and then works out what it needs to do on the screen. Still early, can make mistakes, slower than direct API integrations. So always, if you have API integrations or CLI tool or MCP available, put them in a skill and use it first, which will be way faster. And then you can also that way be able to make use of the hook mechanisms for enforcing your own security rules. And this is a research preview, Mac OS only, available on Pro and Max plans. You can access it through Cloud Cowork and Cloud Code. I did try using CLI. It did not work, but it works via Cowork and Code in the desktop app. If I were to use this using the terminal Cloud code, it doesn't work. I'm doing something wrong, but it doesn't work. Desktop automation is heating up, especially with products like OpenClaw. They're competing with it, and they know the possibilities are there. They see how much people are hyped about this kind of technology. And so Anthropic does really seem to go in that direction as well. Let me quickly show you how you do use this using Dispatch. On your phone, open Dispatch. You have to update both your Cloud Code apps on your phone and on the desktop that you wish to control it. Make sure you have the latest software there, and then you will go to the Dispatch tab. On the phone as well, you will have a Dispatch tab, and it will give you a screen like this, and you simply go get started and then click through and follow the instructions. You have to be logged in with the same account on both the machines, and it will pair it with the computer. So you have your phone, you use Dispatch, Cloud picks it up from your computer, and it does the task. This is what it looks like. Sign in as the same account, and then I did send the same message from my phone. Can you open my Telegram and send me a message there to make an AI bot channel to say, hello, that's my personal assistant. Then again, it will still ask for permissions to use these apps, but you will get those on your phone. So when you're out and about, you don't have to be necessarily at your computer or at your desk. I just clicked allow once, and it got picked up in my Mac. And it asks for the permissions here as well. You can see the permissions getting displayed as I showed you before. And then it takes over. Cloud is using your computer, and then this sort of amber glow that you can see there, and then it is using your computer, and it minimizes your main Claude window into a corner and then tries to take the screenshot, analyze it, and work through it. It's not without hiccups. So there are a lot of possibilities. With my current setup, with my Telegram here and my Cloud Code Agent Teams integration, I can pretty much do the same, but it's much more reliable. To know or learn how to do that, check out my school community. I talk about it there. I have done actually a couple of videos in this channel before as well, how to set it up or how I use it. It uses agent teams, like I said before. If I'm on my computer, I have my Telegram here. I type into it. For example, I was scripting for this video here, and then it sends me the script, the thumbnails, and stuff like that. And it goes to my lead agent here on the left here, and then these are the teammates. So this is the agent teams functionality, pretty much like Dispatch. So I will be moving to Dispatch and test it out. I have all the marketing skills, outreach skills, content skills, video generation skills, everything. I have set it up there. So do check out my school community. I am uploading these setups there, and all the skills that I use for outreach and marketing, everything, content creation, everything there as well. I think it's still useful. Who should use this right now? If you're on a Pro or Max plan and you have a Mac, try it. Start small. Pick one repetitive task that you do every day and create a skill. And use a scheduled task with computer use. And the scheduled task can run and use your computer and shut down on its own. Or if you are out and about, you don't really want to be at the computer when doing work. I hardly sit at my computer, even if it is coding or any other task. You can see that the array of messages that I send it throughout the day, and that is a coding task. I'm getting an error on my, because it is set up to connect to my production systems as well. It has access to logs. If you don't know what you're doing exactly, err on the side of caution. This is not available for Windows users. It is only available for Mac users. You'll have to wait. I talk about all this in my school community, and I'm also putting out a lot of content here as well. So subscribe and go to my school community. This is my community called AI Makers. You have a ton of N8 automations already here. I'm moving away from N8 because I'm more into agentic automations. I have the course here. I'm constantly updating it, adding more videos, trying to make it simpler for you guys. This is not for coders. Anyone can use this as their personal OS to run their company or personal life like I do. The bottom line, computer use is early but real. I see the potential of it, but let me quickly show you how to do this from my phone. I have my Cloud Code open here, and then I go to Dispatch. So make sure you have the latest Claude on your phone, and it is simply a one single thread. There aren't conversations or anything like that. It's just one single thread that manages your entire infrastructure. So I will just say again, can you open my Telegram once more and ask Megan AI bot what is the status? And I'm going to send it. I'm going to open Claude desktop here as well. You will see that how fast it is. So I'm going to ask that, and then I'm going to send it. And then it'll get picked up here. So it's running here already. Got picked up. So this is dispatch working, and then it should, yeah, now it is taking over my computer, and the Cloud Code desktop app is minimized to the right, and it should go to my Telegram app. It's asking for permissions to use Telegram because it is not permanent. Whenever you close the conversation, then it forgets it. I can manage the permission on my phone. I'm going to allow it from my phone. Now that gets reflected on dispatch over there as well. Now it has opened my Telegram, and it is trying to it'll write something there. The only other thing that I have problem with is that it's again, even if I tell it that send something on Telegram, it asks for once more confirmation, which I don't really like. I much more prefer it to do it autonomously, not ask consistently permissions for again and again. So I'm going to say yes again for that, and then that should, yeah, that's also I've done from on my phone. So you can see the potential. If you switch on the keep awake option here, you just have to keep it at your computer, your Mac open, your laptop open at your home, and then you can go outside, do your stuff. You should type something in there. As I said, it's super slow, but and again, it's not perfect. It's asking for permission to use another app called Borumi, which is the recording software that I'm using, and which is not needed. But so that is a fail right there, because all it had to do was to open Telegram and send that message. I'm going to deny that there. So again, it's not there yet. It says there is an app called Borumi covering the screen and blocking me from clicking in Telegram. So it is probably that, because of my screen recording software. So it may not be a total fail. And alternatively, you can grant me access to Borumi so I can click through it. So I could, but maybe it will end my video there. So I don't really want to do it right now. It works. I had done a stream before this. You can check it out. That's pretty much it. If you want your cloud code training, go check out my community here. I will leave all the links in the description. I'm intend to make it to a thriving community. You know, the community is called AI Makers. You have right now N10 automations that I've done previously, like social media automation, outreach, content creation, reel repurposing, long form video, faceless automation, all that. All that has been transferred into skills in Cloud Code, which I will be publishing here. Right now, there is Cloud Code training. See you inside, and I will see you in the next video. Also, I have a SaaS here. I vibe code this every now and then. I do have live streams on school as well. This is a real SaaS that I vibe code. You can tune into that as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. If you haven't subscribed yet, do subscribe. Give me a like. I do struggle with selecting what video to do next, so do let me know in the comments, and I will make those videos.